first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing gold, trimmed with red, and weighing 122 pounds. His professional record, an excellent one, 35 bouts, 33 victories with 29 by knockout, and only 2 defeats. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA, here is the challenger, former flyweight champion of the world, Danny Kid Dinamita Romero. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trimmed with gold letters, weighing in also at 122 pounds. Also with an excellent professional record, 37 bouts, 35 victories, 18 of those by way of knockout, and only 2 losses. Tonight, he defends his title for the 12th time. Ladies and gentlemen, from Cape Town, South Africa, the defending IBF Junior Featherweight Champion of the World, the Carousel Kid, Vuyani Bungu.
Okay, gentlemen, you've both received your pre-fight instructions. I expect a clean break at all times. Let's have a nice clean contest. Any questions here? All right, good luck to both of you. Touch them up. Hi.
Danny Romero said to us that what he has to beat tonight is not the style or the strength of Bungu, but his will to win.
All right, clear the ring.
A big order.
Clear the ring. How's this going to work?
And Romero's father has told Danny the best way to puncture Bungu's will to win will be with left hooks to the rib cage. At least 3 or 4 good ones per round. He borrows a phrase from George Foreman and says, it's like an investment. I want him to put those body punches in the bank as the fight goes on. Romero comes out trying to start fast, and Bungu immediately rocks him with a right-hand counter, coming up and under.
Bungu's job is going to try to keep these young men contained. Let him try to control that energy. Stay right close to him. Don't give him any kind of courage that he doesn't need in the first few rounds so that he can slow down later on. Romero, he's got to throw a lot of shots, get this guy so behind on points in the first 6 rounds that he has to gamble to win. And we spoke to him earlier today. He didn't seem like the gambling sort, Bungu.
Very calm and quiet in his out-of-the-ring persona. He has an interesting boxing style because he likes to stay close, likes to appear as though he's pressuring you, but he really wants the opponent to lead inside so that he can counter effectively and follow the action at close range.
He's doing a good job of jabbing already to the body. Whenever your guy attacks you, go to his body to make sure those punches, he doesn't have anything in reserve afterwards.
Danny Romero looks strong at 122 pounds, heavily muscled across the chest.
And he's landed 4 or 5 of those body punches that he's put in the bank, but so is Bungu.
And Bungu lands a little short right hand to the nose of Romero in close.
Sometimes it takes a while before a fighter like Romero understands. You don't get hit a lot, but hey, these punches are not going to mean a lot. Stay on your opponent, Bungu. Take this title away from him. That many title fights going the distance. He's not looking for a knockout.
Bungu was able to weather the power of Kennedy McKinney and outbox McKinney twice. McKinney, the man you saw knocking out Junior Jones on the undercard of Prince Nassim Hamed's first appearance in the United States, and another of those on the short list of potential Nassim opponents down the road.
Now Bungu is trying to answer with a little power.
This is good stuff here. Two quick, strong young men testing each other. Good right hand by Romero. And then he tried to come up between his gloves with an uppercut.
This is what you got to do when you're fighting an opponent like Bungu. If ever, just like a turtle, he sticks his head out a little bit, you got to do a whole lot to it because he stays right in his defense all the time.
What about banging your gloves against the shell of the turtle, George? pointless or a good idea?
Well, it's a good idea because as long as you got him in there, he's not going to do anything to you. So you got to keep some punches going with him to keep him bobbing and weaving. Got excellent balance, Bungu.
Both men scored in round number 1.
How to fit him? Okay? Still going fast. Okay? What? Don't stand up first. Go with your punches. Okay? Okay? Move. Same angle. Okay? Same angle. Don't come straight. Because it's trying to blow the upper uppercut. Okay? The same way. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, you gotta use your jab, boss. Okay. And then you shoot. Throw your shots. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Okay. Don't go after him with the long right hand yet. Okay? Okay.
Keep working, man.
Okay. Keep working. Keep working that body, huh? Every chance you get. Working out! Working out!
Very active first round. The two punchers combining to throw 178 blows by CompuBox numbers, landing at a similar rate. The man you heard talking in Bungu's corner, his trainer, Vuyani Bungu, has trained 6 different world title holders. Says that in Bungu's little village of East London, virtually every male child at some time or another will try boxing.
Bungu is very solid, throws his left jab, brings it right back into position, keeps his hands up. Hard to fight a guy like that. You want to fake him out of position if you can't get anything. Romero hasn't started to do any feinting. Good right hand by Bungu.
Solid right hand lead by Bungu, and now he fires the combination and lands over and underneath. Danny Romero, who threw an uncharacteristically high number of punches in round number 1, a little bit more economical in his output here in round number 2. You heard his father, Danny Romero Sr., asking for the jab, and Danny has worked it a bit in this round.
But he also told him, don't throw the long right hands yet.
Because he wants Bungu to come closer?
Yeah, you should stay a little closer to a guy like this. When you got a guy who's real conservative like Bungu, got a good experience, stay close to him and make him fight. Don't allow him to box. Make him fight.
There was not the long right hand, but a quick right hand by Romero.
Kind of close, too.
It's been one punch at a time through most of the second round as Vuyani Bungu has elected to keep his distance through this stanza. Could be a compliment to the early power shown by Danny Romero.
Romero is doing a good job of doing some thinking. He's doing it with the feet now, but do something all the time.
Hard right hand to the body by Romero. Bungu not nearly as aggressive as he was in close in round number 1. Left hook to the body by Romero lands underneath Bungu's right elbow. And now Bungu backs Danny up with 3 jabs of his own.
This is what you want him to do. Make him fight. Don't let him stay in there and just box 12 rounds. Make him fight.
First 4-punch combination, Romero's been able to get off, and again, punctuated it with a left hook to the body. Bungu backs Romero up with the jab.
That's what you want him to do. Start fighting. You take a champion's title, you got to make him fight.
Well, you would imagine that Bungu, who's fought every fight of his career at 122 pounds, would have to think he's stronger than Romero and try to test him with that strength.
Yeah, you would think so, but Romero, of course, this guy's trained with bigger guys all the time.
Well, and he could have been a 122-pound fighter being kept in a 115-pound package long beyond the time when it was healthy for him.
Okay? How do you feel? We've got to keep him back. We've got to try and push him back. Okay? We've got to make those double jab, okay? Yeah. Double jab and angle, okay? Yeah. Double jab and change angle, okay? Double jab and side angle, okay? But we've got to go.
Yeah, well, but keep throwing those 3 shots. He's trying to sneak some shit in, huh? Okay. I'll throw you 3 shots and then working with a jab, okay? Okay.
He's not ready for the big shots yet.
No. Okay.
Okay? He's not ready yet. Let's get him desperate with him.
Early in the round, there was a little bit of a right hand right there on the temple. Good, clean shot from Bungu. Romero took it very well.
Let's go, seconds. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Round 3. Let's go.
Bungu's trainer asking him to double up on the jab.
And to try to push Romero back. I don't think he likes what's happening at this distance they've been fighting at.
Watch your head. Watch your head.
Romero's got to understand that he's the challenger here. He's got to keep this pressure on this guy and take his title. Bungu has got to use his jab to kind of
Sneak right hand.
discourage the other guy.
That right hand lead by Romero rocked Bungu back into the ropes.
Right now, it appears that Romero is not only holding his own, but outboxing the boxer.
Stay off the back of the head. Keep it clean in there.
Now you see the referee bothering with the fighter. You don't want to start early on. This is going to be a long night for Romero.
Nice and clean.
Exchange right hands.
And Bungu backed up. After fighting much more aggressively in the first round, Bungu's body language in rounds 2 and 3 would seem to suggest that he doesn't like the incoming, that he's felt Romero's power and he wants to avoid it. But there he goes, the left hook to the body, yeah.
And a short jolting right back from Romero.
Romero has a bigger upper body. We want to press and lean on this guy.
This is world-class stuff you're watching, folks. Two quick, well-schooled prize fighters.
Well, they're both so quick. It's dazzling to see 3- and 4-punch combinations fired with rapidity that they can get them off. But it's becoming a tactical battle as Bungu tries to stay away.
As I said earlier, Romero's got to get as many points early on and make his opponent, Bungu, start trying to charge him and take the fight away. He can get a knockout in that way.
And keep Bungu out of the comfort zone where that will to win can become a factor later on.
He doesn't got that much will to win as much as he has skill. This guy's a very skillful fighter. He plans his work, and he seems to be trying to work his plan.
You know, my recollection is when he beat McKinney, particularly the first time, he was a much more mobile fighter, moved in and out. He's now 31 years old, which is not young for a fight.
The age stuff.
Romero
31 is over the hill now.
No, it's not over the hill. I'm just saying he doesn't move as much as he used to.
As you get older, you get more confident in your power. You don't need to move.
Meanwhile, a largely tactical third round has been punctuated on at least 3 occasions by sharp Danny Romero right-hand shots. Still to come this evening, Prince Nassim Hamed makes his second appearance in the United States. The first one, a smashing success, his 4th round knockout of Kevin Kelly last December at Madison Square Garden. Then in May, in Manchester, England, he beat Wilfredo Vasquez, the multiple world champion from Puerto Rico. And now tonight he takes on former bantamweight titleist Wayne McCullough of Belfast, Northern Ireland, now living in Las Vegas.
But this will always remain home to me. Oh, island in the sun, willed to me by my father's hand. All my days I will sing and praise of your forest land.
Didn't know the Prince was from Jamaica.
Or that his favorite group is the Ink Spots.
Always been told he was from Sheffield, England. But there they were singing Oh, Island in the Sun.
Couldn't have been talking about Britain.
George? Well, first, George, let's go to Harold Letterman and see how he scores it after 3.
Jim, 3-0, 30-27.
Danny Romero. You know, Jim, let's look at the 4 points in which we score a fight. Defense equal. Aggressiveness equal. Ring generalship, well, there Danny Romero's winning the fight because he's keeping Bungu right in front of him. Bungu told us he was going to beat Romero by giving him angles. He's standing right in front of Danny Romero. Danny Romero's landing the power shots. So on clean punching and effective aggressiveness and ring generalship, Danny Romero 3-0.
Romero makes certain that he lands the first punch every round. And that guy can't give you many angles in. More your angle is to cover up.
First punch every round. How about the first punch in every exchange, George? He's trying, as good fighters will, to start and finish each exchange.
Your heads in there.
They've averaged 87 punches apiece through the first 3 rounds. So identical activity levels. The difference is that Romero is landing sharper punches at a higher rate, at least up to round 4.
Short, good right hand.
Yeah.
Good combo.
See, Romero can get in charge here. Once he get ahead on the points, you just wait. You don't get big shots because the other guy starts to lean in and take chances.
There was a perfect example of what Romero is trying to do. Throw a combination, step back, don't give him a chance to respond if he can. And I think Bungu has some sense now of having to be more aggressive than he normally is. There's a little bit of urgency in his look now, George.
Bungu in round 4 is more like Bungu was in round 1.
Yeah. Romero could have a shutout now. You start following this guy Romero around with that kind of power and with that kind of fearlessness, you're going to get yourself hurt. And that's what Bungu has done. He's gotten himself into a little trap and have to fight himself out of it and run into this guy's power.
Another good 4-punch combination by Romero, and he steps back away as Bungu looks to answer. Another left hook to the body by Romero as Bungu came in close.
Good right hand by Romero.
Danny is scoring and scoring heavily as round 4 comes to a close. And for the moment, the longtime world champion Vuyani Bungu of South Africa has made a long trip to get himself into some early hot water against Danny Romero.
Bungu is going to have to gamble now.
Okay. You got to punch in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, because he's throwing those uppercuts. Okay. Hands up. Okay. Okay. You got to punch in and out, Danny, because he can't box. Okay. Every time you jump in and out, but you got to be busy, huh? Okay. And punch coming in and out, because he's throwing those uppercuts at you. I see him. I see him doing it. Okay. Okay. In and out, baby, in and out. Okay. But you got to be throwing punches, huh? Okay.
Let him stay on the retreat. As long as he's on the retreat, it's fine,
Right.
okay? Yeah. You just move out from his punches, and then you go back again, okay? Just move out from his punches, okay? And then you go back again, okay? You've got to keep on moving, okay?
Okay, seconds out.
Bungu told us with amazement that he had a visit with Nelson Mandela and that Mandela served him drinks. Well, he's getting served.
Yeah, you know, this round he was ready to land the first punch for a change. Remember, Romero is not going to be the stronger fighter as this fight goes on. He's a good 8 rounds, and then he starts to pace himself too for some reason.
Why do you feel that, George?
Well, he hasn't found out which weight he want to be. He hasn't decided if he want to be a puncher and get a lot of knockouts or be a boxer and win on points. He's young. So those 8th, 9th rounds, they can get away from him. 10th, 11th, 12th.
And you heard Bungu's trainer, Vuyani Bungu, asking his man to do a better job of going back and staying away when Romero wants to attack, and then coming in at those moments when Romero has relaxed his attack. Nice trick if you can do it. Unfortunately, too often in the fight, Bungu has come forward only to be met with an assault by Romero.
And he's doing it real nice now. 1, 2, 3. He steps back and lands 3 shots just like a boxer.
Sounds to me like they both have the same plan, guys. So it's going to be the quicker one who gets it done.
Bungu didn't want to be in a boxing match with Romero. Romero is doing a better boxer than him.
Well, I think that would surprise him and maybe even
Good right hand by Bungu.
Bungu with a solid right hand shot right up the middle. One benefit Danny Romero expects from moving up to 122 pounds is that his chin, strong at 115, will be even stronger here. And he took Bungu's hard right-hand shot pretty well and lands one over the top himself.
Well, his walking around weight, Romero told us, was 145. Not uncommon for a fighter to be 20 to 30 pounds heavier than his scale weight before the fight.
Bungu does a good job of being aggressive. Doesn't throw any shots. He goes left, right, and then looks up at Romero. Left, right, looks up and get hit. You got to go left, right, and throw 2 or 3 shots.
With the right hand, lands with the left hook inside. Romero's activity level dropping now as we reach the middle rounds of the fight. No longer throwing 85 or 90 punches around, which is the way he began the action here tonight. On December 8, HBO Sports presents the next edition of Sports of the 20th Century. Sugar Ray Robinson, The Bright Lights and Dark Shadows of a Champion. A documentary tracing the triumphs and tragedies of the boxer most experts still call the greatest pound for pound of all time. Outside the ring, Sugar Ray was a fearless and flashy showman whose final days were marked, sadly, by sickness and poverty. Sugar Ray Robinson, Walker Smith, The Bright Lights and Dark Shadows of a Champion, coming December 8th, only on HBO. Halloween night live in the Atlantic City Convention Center. Later on tonight, all of the outrageous pyrotechnics and theatrics that go with the appearance by Prince Nassim Hamed of Sheffield, England, against Wayne McCullough of Belfast, Northern Ireland. Right now, American Danny Romero trying to become a star at 122 pounds after having left the 115-pound weight class behind and taking on longtime junior featherweight world champion Vuyani Bungu of East London, South Africa. To our lights, early on, it has been Romero who's had the best of it in the first 5 rounds. Round 5, maybe the best round so far for Bungu. And if this bout sees a momentum shift, you could well see Bungu carrying the action for the next 4 or 5 rounds. He's been known to come on in the late rounds and gain ground against his opponents.
Romero, like I said, he just hasn't decided which weight he wants to be and how he wants to be perceived, a puncher or a boxer. Problems in the latter round. I'm wondering how much trouble, how many problems the referee is going to cause for Romero.
Well, he warned him once for holding behind the head. He's about to talk to him about it again. No, he lets him go.
Every time they get some contact, he screams at Romero. When you start irritating a young fighter like that, the house come tumbling down. Referees are real clever like that. If they're not good, they're bad.
Yeah, but George, this is a young fighter who's had 35 fights. Almost as many as Bungu. I mean, he's been around the block a few times, won a couple of titles.
Now you're starting to see more of Bungu's stuff. He crouches like a mongoose, works his way inside, and then tends to leap out with an overhand right or a quick left hook.
If you're going to take a title from someone, Romero's better pick it up and keep it up. You just can't pace yourself. That's what he's doing there. He's taking a break.
He started toward this mode in round 5. Round 6 has definitely so far been a breather round for Romero in the first 2 minutes. And Bungu, with a deficit, at least a perceived deficit here at the HBO scoring table on the scorecards, maybe getting a chance to work back into position.
Yeah, the experienced fighter is starting to kind of get the control back again.
No holding, no holding.
Look how Bungu leans forward from the waist the whole fight, George.
Yeah, but his head is about even with his left knee. So that's good. You want to lean forward, but not beyond your knee. Your knee, line up, you get beyond your knee, then you can trip over and get hurt.
Good solid right hand up the middle by Bungu. Lands a little left hook inside. Romero coming back with uppercuts and a left hook to the body.
The Romero left hook is starting to be a slap now, so you don't want to give this veteran a lot of courage.
A last left hook to the cheek to punctuate the round for Danny.
Let's try and make a little quick of it, okay?
Okay.
Let's try and make the rhythm quicker, okay? And we've got to make sure that we come in quick. After combination, we come get back quick. Okay?
You don't need to give him so much
Fight is too close to you.
Okay.
Okay?